And we should be live.
Hello, beautiful people out there in the world.
Out
The
there
reason
in
we
La
are
La
late
Land.
is because of sunshine, not because of Chastity.
Lives. Lives. She always blaming me for something I didn't do. I don't understand. No, we gonna our next podcast gonna be about accountability. Okay, that's what I accountability. Cause this here.
Oh my gosh. I don't like the shade. I do not like the
Mhm.
shade.
All
But
right.
thank y'all
Thanks
for
for
joining.
folks.
Oh, go ahead, do
Thank
your thing. Do your
you.
spiel.
No, I wasn't doing no spill. I was just saying thank you for joining. Sorry we late. We got a guest coming on, but chat we didn't. I'm gonna say we. I ain't gonna be like Chastity.
It was me. It was me.
we uh we mixed up the time difference or whatever, so I guess it's coming on a little later. But thanks for joining who have joined so far. If you don't mind, please share, and we're gonna start the countdown so we can share. All right, here we go. Hey. Hey. Oh, you weren't dancing this time. Go ahead, girl.
Welcome to Occasionally Posh, where we enjoy life, laughs, and shenanigans. I am your girl who was always late, Chastity B.
Facts. And I'm Sunshine, always waiting. Welcome. Welcome. Thanks for everyone who has tuned in so far. We appreciate you guys so much. If you don't mind, if you haven't done already, please share this with your friends. And also say hello in the comments. Let us know that you're here. Join along as we speak. Like I said a while ago, we have a guest. She's coming, but it's our fault that she's late. So while we're waiting on her, we usually start with a foreplay, but we're gonna hold it off a second or two. And
Yeah,
we're
we're gonna
gonna
wait for
bring
her.
up this. We're gonna wait for her. We're gonna bring up this interesting post that we seen a couple weeks ago, and I'm gonna let Chastity talk about it.
Why me? Okay,
Mhm.
so saw this post and it said, "Imagine your man posting this. She ain't the prettiest, but she loyal, and you look like that." Okay,
First of all, what kind of caption is that? Like, if you proud to have your woman on your own, which I guess is what he's trying to insinuate, why that caption though? I don't understand.
like
Like, she loyal? Was she Lassie? I don't. I'm just saying, like, and then like you said, sir, you act like you was Denzel Washington or something. Like, bye,
sorry.
you looking like a retired quartet singer talking about she ain't the prettiest. Go somewhere. Anywho, go ahead.
I'm sorry. My light turned off and everything. But yeah, I mean, let's say if I was a guest, I'd be on time.
I'm not messing with you, Daddy, because you said you wouldn't come. Don't let him fool you. He said he wasn't coming on. Okay. Don't let them fool you. Anyway,
It's my fault that she's not on time. So, but anyway, yeah, like you, that right there is like a backhanded as I don't even want to say compliment because it's not really a compliment. I guess
not at all.
Like she ain't the prettiest, but she look better than you. Like
That
she
part.
be the
That
one
part.
posting that.
That
He
part.
ain't the
I
handsomest.
guess. I guess has arrived. I'm gonna bring her on, and then we're gonna let her put in her little 2 cents. So, hey, Ari.
Hi. Hey.
How you doing tonight?
I'm good. How are you guys?
I am great. As the church say, blessed and highly favored. You know, that's what the church.
Awesome.
Well, while we were waiting on you, we was talking about this post that we had seen on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
And it was this post right here, and it says, "Imagine your man posting this," and the caption says, "She ain't the prettiest, but she loyal." What's your thoughts?
I mean, you didn't have to tell the world that and keep that to yourself.
Right.
That's wrong.
Very
I don't have to
wrong.
be
Very
loyal
wrong.
after that post no more. I'm finding a new man. Like, that's wrong.
Facts.
Exactly.
Wow.
That part. Vince said he looks like one of the AME side preachers. I'm dead. I am done. Hey, Shalonda. Thanks for tuning. But yeah, I feel like he could have just kept that post all to himself. It was almost like she was like, "You don't never post me," and he was like, "Oh, okay, I'm gonna show you." That's what I think.
I'm gonna post you today.
Honey, she loyal like she a dog. Anywho, thank you so much for joining us. We'll let you introduce yourself in just a second, but we always start with a foreplay, and I'm actually gonna go first tonight, surprisingly. So my foreplay question, we call it foreplay, but it's would you rather?
Okay.
And it's would you rather be waiting on hand and foot by a jealous significant other or split chores 50-50 with a trusting significant other?
You go first.
I'm splitting chores.
I know that's right.
I'm splitting. You said dishes or laundry? Like, I'm splitting. There is no discussion, no doubt. I'm splitting them chores. Like,
Facts.
we're gonna be happy cleaning. Like,
right. That
Same.
part.
Same.
That part. I bet it's some women out there who'd rather be waited on hand and foot, though. I bet you. Not I said the cat. But I bet you. But yeah, I'm with you. I'm splitting them chores, Pimpin. I'm splitting them chores. What about you, Chaz?
Definitely 50-50. Ain't nobody got time for jealous.
right.
Jealousy is the worst on so many levels. It ain't good for you. It ain't good for that person. It just creates problems unnecessarily. Like
Right.
it ain't. It's just bad all the way around. And I think she froze. Oh, there you go. Okay. All right. So Sam to the earlier comment said she ain't no hoe because she loyal. LOL. Shalonda agreed and said 50-50. Vicky said Clinton chores.
Yeah.
It's probably supposed to be splitting.
Oh, I was like, what Clinton got to do with this?
Oh.
I didn't inhale. I don't know.
Bye. I'm done. Sam said chores because ain't nobody clocking my every move. I know that's right. And then Vern said down the middle. That's how a relationship should be anyway, in my opinion.
Right.
I'm just saying, shit, down the middle. But if anybody that tunes in later or listening later, the question was, would you rather be waited on hand and foot by a jealous significant other or split chores 50-50 with a trusting significant other? All right, so for our next foreplay, Chassis did a little bit different, so I'm just gonna pull it up and let her discuss.
Yeah. So since we talking about Jive turkeys, I wanted to know which one of these dishes gotta go for Thanksgiving.
You gonna say what the
Number
dishes
two.
is for the listeners?
Number two, gotta get out of here. I'm talking scram.
I'm so tickled.
Number two got to flee, Satan. Get thee behind me.
All right. I'm done.
Number two.
So for the people that are listening, number one is macaroni and cheese. Number two is candy yams, and I am fucking tickled. Number three is collard greens, and number four is cornbread.
What you get rid of?
So
What you get rid of?
Ayriel already said number two, which is the candy yams. Sunshine, what about you?
It just says candy yams. It didn't just say yams altogether. So I'm gonna take the candy. I'll take number two.
I'm taking number two and number four. I don't like neither one of those.
Oh wow!
So,
I like a good piece of cornbread now. I like a good piece of cornbread. Especially got some pintos and it touch each other a little bit.
That's Holy Ghost in food form.
Right. Exactly.
I do not like cornbread. I'm probably like the only black person in the world that don't like cornbread.
Probably you and four others out of the whole race.
That's funny. Let's see what the comments say. Sam said 3 because he don't eat them. I think that was the greens. You don't eat greens?
Collard greens.
Carl, aka my dad, said yams. Vicky said number 2, which is the yams, right? Vern said 5. None of the above. That is not an option.
That was not an option, Vern.
An option. Okay. And then Shalonda agreed with you. She said number 4.
Cornbread. Thank you, Shalonda. See, it's that cancer vibe. It's that cancer vibe.
Whatever. Y'all don't know what y'all missing. All right. So, Chas, you go ahead and introduce.
Okay, so today we are graced with the presence of Miss Ayriel Hill. I am so excited to have her. Let me just say, my sister tagged me in your post, and she was like, only my sister will understand this. And when I tell you, my head hurt from laughing. And I had to take my inhaler because I ain't never that hard about somebody being called a Jive turkey.
Oh Lord, she ain't gonna get through this. She ain't gonna get through it, y'all.
I'm so sorry. Okay, so the reason why it's so funny to me is because I call people Jive turkeys all the time. So
yeah,
why?
So that was like hilarious to me because I want old school stuff to come back. Like I want to call people Jive turkeys all the time and it be okay. I never knew that there was trauma behind a Jive turkey.
Never. But before we jump into why Chassie laughs, before we jump into showing the post, Ayriel, do you want to introduce yourself? Tell folks where you're from. If you want to say how do they want to find you or not, it's up to you. Whatever you want to say about yourself, you go ahead.
Okay, well, I'm from Gary, Indiana. I don't live there, but I'm from Gary, Indiana. I do a lot of stuff. I'm a hairstylist, caretaker, full-time, and I sleep a lot. Really, that's all I do. I work and sleep, and I don't know. My Facebook is Ayriel Hill, and my Snapchat is Panda Bear -Ari. I made it when I was little, and yeah, that's it.
Yeah, as we talk, I'm about to realize you're a little bit younger than us, just a little bit, not a lot, just a little bit,
If I can call somebody a Jive turkey, I fit in right with y'all.
That part. All right, so we're gonna show this wonderful post as Chaz try to run through it without dying laughing.
I'm gonna try,
and then we'll jump on in.
So wait, you called him Willie Earl, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It,
Okay.
that ain't his government, is it? Because I ain't trying to get
No.
sued. Okay. Just saying. Ain't
So
trying to get
backstory
sued.
for anybody that's been in the dark. I don't understand why you was in the dark about this. But anyway, Mr. Willie Earl was messaging Ayriel and he was like, "You so funny. You said you can cook. What you making though?" And she was like, "It depends." You know, she's saying she could throw down in the kitchen or whatever. And he was like, "Oh, so if I asked you to cook something, you gonna cook?" And she was like what? He gonna ask for Thanksgiving, y'all. He asked for some turkey, some mashed potatoes, some candy yams, some collard greens, some steamed carrots, and peach cobbler. First of all, why are you asking for that? That's too much. And he already know that you was 20 years old?
He knew.
Okay.
He knew.
Okay.
He
So
knew.
that's too much to be asking a 20-year-old. So then she was like, she was like, LOL. And then she was like, wait, are you serious? And he was like, well, you said you can cook. And she was like, I said I can cook. I ain't say I could throw down in the kitchen. And he was like, so just make the turkey, collard greens, steamed carrots, and the peach cobbler. The only thing he left off was the candy yams. Like that's still a whole lot of stuff. And Miss Ayriel
Right.
is only 20, and all she has is 4 pots and 5 pans. Ain't nobody about to cook all that. Nobody. I don't care how many pots and pans I got. I'm not going to cook that in the middle of the week for Willie Earl.
Yes.
Okay.
So she was like,
Oh Lord, she ain't coming.
you will drive turkey if you think I'm making that. At first, I thought you was playing, and then he goes on to say, he was like,
He
"Did you
said,
call
"Did
me
you
a
call
drive?"
me a jive turkey?"
And he was like, "So what can you cook?" I mean, people can cook simple things like Alfredo, spaghetti. Who's talking about turkey and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
But anyway,
Even some fried chicken would have been all right.
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 So then she was like, I mean, I can cook, but why would you even ask me to throw down like that? I'm 20 years old. I ain't been through enough to make them candy yams taste as good. They might be a little dry. It makes sense. That makes sense. So then he was like, you so funny. My grandma did endure a lot. You might be right. And then he goes on to say, my granddaddy used to beat her. You know, we from that south. So she had a lot of pain in that cooking. And then he goes on to say, wow, you know what? You know what? You might be on the sun. He's like, because my mom used to beat my mom used to I can't even talk. My mom used to get beat on by my stepdaddy. Eventually I ended up fighting him because I didn't like him hitting on my mama like that. And my mama could tear up some candy yams. And then Ayriel, the sweet self that she is, she was like, wow, I'm so sorry. I don't even know what to say to that. Because I don't even know what to say to that. So then he says, he used to call me a jive turkey. And she was like, oh man, my bad. I ain't know. He was like, yeah, you gotta be careful who you call a jive turkey. You never know what they've been through.
I got nothing. I'm so done. That went so far. It just
so far.
Whew. Anywho.
I could not. That is like the funniest shit I done read all year.
Look what Daddy said. He said, "Old player fin to put on some pension money." Put out some pension money. He wasn't gonna cash in the pension, was he? But this is my question. My question is, how did this even all get started? Like, how did y'all meet, connect, whatever?
Well, so my Snapchat, that's I guess the only platform where I have like a big following. It's not big, but compared to anything else, like my Facebook is okay. Occasionally I'll get like, a decent amount of likes, but for the most part, my Snapchat, at the time, I was getting about 400 views on like my stories. So that's my biggest, platform. And I was getting a lot of interactions with people. And he was on my Snapchat. I didn't know, but he was on my Snapchat for a very long time. And I gave him my number, which I don't remember doing, but I had to have done, which was my biggest regret and mistake. Like, why would I give him my number? But I gave him my number, I think the day before this all went down. He waited a day to try to seem big and bad, and he texted me the next day. And so the text, when he started, it was just regular text. Hey, how you doing, sweetheart? How you doing, darling? I'm okay, sir. How are you? I should have known it was a red flag when he asked me how old I was, and I said, I'm 20. How old are you? 37. You okay with that? I should stop right then and there. But I kept trudging and look at me.
It's
hurt over some candy yams. I should have
So how long was this conversation before y'all got to that candy yams part? Like, did this all happen in like a day? Was it over a week?
It was about 2 hours, 33 minutes, and 42 seconds.
It was dead.
Just as quick as it went left, that's as quick as it got there.
Wow.
I guess that stomach must have been growling.
He was hungry.
Wow. So y'all literally went, hey, how you doing, to what's your name, to cook me
he
some
said,
food.
let me cut to
my
the
mama
chase.
got beat.
This is what
I'm hungry. Like, how you doing? But I'm hungry. Like, feed me. My name is, why would
I
you
agree, Shalonda. I agree. That's crazy. That's crazy.
I mean, I love Thanksgiving. I start thinking about Thanksgiving food at 4th of July cookout. We have a 4th of July cookout every year. It's a big family cookout. And at the end, whenever we cleaning up, I'll be like, so whose house are we having Thanksgiving dinner at? But I ain't gonna ask nobody to cook it before Thanksgiving.
Yes. It depends on who it is. You done ask folks to cook Thanksgiving dinner.
Don't be calling me out on this platform. Vern likes to cook. Vern is seasoned. He is seasoned, and he knows how to cook all the things that I want to eat.
Anywho,
Ayriel is 20. She is not seasoned yet. And she has no business cooking that type of stuff.
Excuses. No, so you going to this was just some good, like, this was just a situationship where y'all met on Snapchat, y'all were just talking, like, you didn't have no intention on it going to this place, I imagine.
No, I was looking at my phone like, maybe this ain't real. Maybe I gotta cut my phone off and cut it back on. Maybe I put the wrong password in it to log into somebody else's text messages, because my eyes have to be deceiving me. And now here we are.
So when he told you what to cook or gave you the list or whatever with all the little nice, turkey dressing. Well, I don't know if he said dressing, but anyway, you was really surprised about the list, and I can imagine why. But from your point of view, tell the people why you were so surprised about the items that he asked for.
I mean, it was like, it's Tuesday. I just got off of work. I worked 7 hours. And how dare you? Like, I was offended. Like, cook. I thought he was gonna say spaghetti. Matter of fact, put me some mashed potatoes and gravy. I would have seasoned it. He named a meal. I be thinking about it. My heart starts beating quick, because I'm just like, how dare he even use his fingers to text something like that to me? Like, I don't know. It was just the audacity, really, that struck me. It struck something in my heart, because I was like, he got to go. He got to go.
ASAP.
Look at Vern comment.
This man is homeless with an Obama phone. Get back.
No, something funny about that. He was texting me before the the few times before we got to that conversation, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm in between homes right now. I'm couch hopping. I think he worded it right now. So he's right. He's right.
The plot thickens.
I don't want to be the one to say it, but
He's humping for homes is what Steve Harvey would call it. Humping for homes. And he was hoping that he would get a full course meal. She would be so full that and sleepy and would forget that he don't belong there and let him come in the bed. He lay it down and she'd be like, "Oh, you can move in." That's what he was. That was his game plan.
You don't ask for the most complicated meal ever to get in there, though.
That's what that was.
If you homeless, if you couch humping, you glad to get any kind of meal. You don't go full blown cater.
Exactly.
I'm mad that he's 37. I was thinking like he was gonna be like in his 50s or 60s. The fact that he's 37 and asking for that really kind of pisses me off.
Yeah.
Right. He only a couple of years older than me.
We the same age.
He knew better.
Shalana said, "Need I ask, is he blocked? Did you block him?"
He is blocked. He is blocked. He's not blocked though due to the conversation. He's blocked after the conversation. I was live on my Facebook and he said, "I'm gonna cut this loose right now. Get off the live." He was calling, interrupting, texting. I said, "All right, Willie Earl, you're going to have to go to the block list. I don't block people now. You go on, get on that block list and don't come out."
I was looking at that live and I stopped looking at it and I've never went back to finish it. So I must have stopped before he started.
Haven't even watched it back myself.
Oh man,
Lord Jesus, Willie Earl.
Right. So I have to ask, so from your point of view, you said you cook, but you don't throw down like that. So what is your definition of the difference?
So I can tell you my
throwing
definition.
down.
I said her definition.
Throwing down, I think, come with a little bit of pain, a little bit of heartbreak, a little bit of meat on your body in all the right spots. You know how when you stir in the macaroni, you got the arm going with it. I don't.
The arm got to shake a little bit.
I need to get there. I need to get there. And once I get there, I'll be blessed and highly favored. I can just throw down. Now, I make a pork steak. I make a pork chop, some fried chicken, some baked chicken, smothered chicken, some nice vegetables. I can saute some little vegetables and make some mean pastas, but those cute. I need pain meals that you got to grunt to make. When you're trying to mix, I need that. I'm trying to get there.
Willie Earl said he already in pain. He needs you to get to his pain level.
I bet he do. He probably need to see a chiropractor for them couches. That's between him and the Lord, though. That's between him and the Lord. It ain't got nothing to do. I'm sorry, I'm going to heal. So she said what's your definition, Chaz? You said you had a definition. What's yours?
My definition is pretty much what she said. It comes with some pain. Like you got to be strong to stir up some macaroni and cheese and then pour it in that casserole dish to put it in the oven. Like you got to have some muscles and some sweat and some tears behind it. Any 20-year-old that ain't been through anything can't do that. Willie Earl.
I mean, I don't know if I agree with that 100%, but I get it. Okay. I get it. But if you grew up in in the South, we were in the South. Mama and grandma and them start showing you how to cook when you 8, 7, 6. But I do feel like, whenever you just getting to know someone, there's levels to it. Like you went straight to we done been together. You went straight to we done slept together meal. That's what you went to. I ain't even met you yet. I ain't even met you yet. So that was my problem. That was the problem I had with it. Like, you asking for meals, like you done throw it down for me to throw it down. That's the kind of meals you asking for.
And asking for a meal, boy, move. Asking for a meal like that. Asking for a meal like that and ain't even put it down lets me know that he probably can't put it down.
Well,
Yeah.
Lord Jesus. Daddy said Golden Corral. I guess you telling him to go to Golden Corral. He probably, I mean, he couch surfing. He ain't old enough to get Social Security, so you know he gonna pay for it. Okay. So I just people like me, because I don't use the word jive turkey. What made you go there?
I mean, it just came off the tongue so nice. I mean, that described him so perfectly. I had no other words. I said nothing. And I was really talking out loud to myself, like, he a jive turkey. And I said, ooh, that's gonna work. I gotta send that to him. That's literally how it went. He must be a jive turkey if he and I stopped right there. I'm gonna send that. Whatever I just said, he gave to that. So that's what I sent that.
That's funny. Whenever Chaz had sent it to me and I had seen, jive turkey, I looked up the definition, because people like me really don't know what jive turkey means. But the definition says it is someone who is unreliable, makes exaggerations or empty promises, or who is otherwise dishonest.
A jive turkey. Really early a jive turkey. Okay. It makes sense.
It fit, maybe. Willie Earl, if you watching, you more than welcome. Come on.
To tell your side of the story.
Tell your side of the story.
I don't know if I need to be on that day, because I might pee on myself laughing.
I don't think he's ready for us anyway. I don't think. I don't think.
Probably called me a heifer up and down this whole street.
look what Carl. I'm gonna say Carl because I went. Look what he said.
Just to go to Golden Corral and bring home food and put it in the serving bowls. That's too much work. I ain't about to do that.
Really?
But listen, before I learn how to cook, you're gonna get this. You're gonna get this spaghetti. You're gonna get this chicken, and it ain't gonna be fried. It's gonna be baked, because I don't like to fry stuff. Yeah. You're gonna get some baked pork chops. Yeah. You might get some chicken Alfredo, some chicken fettuccine to make it fancy. Yes. Like, no.
That's fancy.
Yes.
Oh, dude. But like I said, there's levels to this. Somebody had I was watching some movie earlier because I worked from my bed today, because that's the kind of mood I was in. And this girl was trying to figure out a way to get to like her 10th date. She said, I've dated all these guys, but I never made it to a 10th date. And they say the 10th date. They say the 10th date is when you know y'all gonna be together, whatever.
Yeah,
but anywho, as they was on their one of the guys, they was on their little date or whatever. And he was like, you so pretty. Oh, I just really love how you look. Hey, let me show you something. And she think he gonna show us something good. He pulled out his phone, and it's him sitting there with his dick out, just swinging. And he was like, and that's soft. So I don't know what made me think of that, but I think my question is, I think my question is, why do y'all think these men think we want that stuff? Why y'all think that they think that we want that pick to take us to the next level?
That's all they got to offer.
Because I have so many experiences where I'm just like, oh.
I don't think that people really understand the amount of, like, you could be having a decent conversation with a guy that could potentially be a potential. And
Mm-hmm.
then they want to mess it up with sending a random ass dick pic. Now you done
Mm-hmm.
talk your way out of
Yeah.
this relationship
Yes.
and out of the vagina that you could have potentially got.
Mhm.
Because now I'm
Well,
I'm wondering, who else are
Yeah.
you sending these random pics to? Like, why?
Yeah.
yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know.
Why?
I I really would just want to know the thought process. Like, if it's a man watching, please explain to us women.
Mm-hmm.
I might even send you this link to come on and explain it.
Yep.
This is how serious I want to know it. Please explain to us. How can we, like, if we having a sexual conversation, then I might could see it, even though I didn't ask for it. But at least I might could see, hey, we talking sexual. I'm gonna send you this pic, maybe. But
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you could just be like, hey, how you doing? Good morning. How was your night? Pick. That's the part I don't get. Like, random, just randomness. Like, I need to understand why y'all feel like that that's okay. So if anybody, any men, if y'all watching, please explain to us women so we can get an understanding of why y'all feel like, number one, that's
Please.
appropriate. And number two, how y'all expect us to respond. And
Yeah.
number, I don't know. I don't even know what number three is, but whatever number, just explain it. I just want to know. Just explain it. So until we get any comments on that, I just wanted to get I just wanted to ask you, in your opinion, why do you think a somebody your age, a 20-year-old, would decide to even date an older man instead of someone closer to your age?
I can tell you why I did.
So that's the thing. Like a lot of people, like a lot of my family members ask me, my mom, she'd be like, so what? You just like older men, huh? That she gets in on me. Like she just don't she don't comprehend it. And the thing, I don't know, like 37 is even reach for me. I stay around the 28 to 33 zone. That was really my main zone for this year. That's just what I've been, the age I've been messing with. But I've never ever talked to someone on that level my age ever. I've never, like, I've had a lot of friends. I've had a lot of like people that I see, I'm like, oh, they're cute, get to try to talk to them. I'm like, I just don't, we don't see things like, we're like this. I don't see
Mhm.
things the way they see it. I don't comprehend. I guess we're looking through life at two different angles, two different directions, whatever the case may be. So I'm gonna take my little angle and take it up a notch. So I don't know. I've never dated. I've never had a boyfriend. I've never had a relationship. But every guy, or yeah, like a dating relationship. But every guy that I've talked to or been around and messed with, they've always been older. Not
Mm.
37. I've never messed with somebody 37. But Willie Earl missed his chance. He would have been a 37-year-old that missed his chance, though. So.
He missed his blessing, huh? Now let's talk. Uh, Chad said Chad, you said you would know why. Tell people from your point of view why.
So well, I was 20, I think I was like 22, 23, and I dated a guy that was actually in his 40s. And when I tell you, that was like one of the best laid back relationships ever. Like I used to work second shift at the time whenever we was dating or whatever, and I would get off work and we would meet at a restaurant. And he was so smart in everything that he done that by the time I walked into the restaurant and sat down at the table, they was bringing out my drink and my food. Like he
Mm.
knew how to plan things out to where it was so convenient for me. And just whenever we was at the house chilling, it was always a good time. It was always like good conversation, good food. He was a
Mm-hmm.
griller. He liked to grill on the grill or whatever, and it was always good food, good conversation. We always had a really good time. And um like probably if I had to put relationships in like top 3, he was top 2. It was one other person in front of him,
Yeah.
but he was number 2.
Mm. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I could see it. Men mature much slower than women. I ain't gonna say much slower, but slower than women, anyways.
Right.
Um, so it's really hard, especially when you get like when you just dating and you being free and you don't really, you kind of just going with the flow. Then it kind of ain't as bad. But when you get to the point where you're like, all right, I done did what I was going. I mean, I'm sure you ain't at this point yet because you just 20. But when you get to the point where like, all right, I done played my games, I done throw my whatever. I need to start getting serious. Men just don't be there. They just don't be ready. Like, and even when they say they ready, they mouth say it, but they actions say something different. Um,
Mhm.
so it's just it's super hard. They a lot of men, if you talk to like a lot of our people that's been on our podcast and stuff, they like women got it easy. There's a man hollering her in every corner. I'm like,
When we want them.
but 9 out of 10 men and usually ain't worth much. Like at
Willie
least you get to
Earl
be
was
at
the whole
peace.
turkey, collard greens, candy yams. Ain't nobody got time to cook all that when they don't work.
Right. That part. He ain't even took out on a date or nothing yet. He just go straight to the yams. Okay. Ain't even
Right.
got the yams yet. Going to the yams. Oh, this is ridiculous. But Vince said, mature men don't send such pics. Most that do are either proud or insecure of themselves, but probably couldn't come if you called them. Take the part off.
Okay, Vince.
All right. He messed me up. But yeah,
Sometimes
he
I don't
probably
necessarily need to come.
you know what. But yeah, I think I agree with them. Most are either proud or insecure. My problem is some of them be proud and don't need to be.
Mm-hmm.
You over there sending this. What am I doing that? What am I doing that?
My ring and my middle is longer than that. Look, holding up the wrong fingers. Ring finger and my middle finger longer than that.
I'm done. But yeah, but they say we be tripping. They say we be tripping. And they'll turn around and ask you for a pic and get mad if you don't send one. I sent you one, but I didn't ask for it.
That's why you send them a pic of somebody else.
Yeah.
You go on Pornhub.
That's too much work.
You screenshot. You do all the things you need to do.
See, I wanted them to be analyzing like she look darker than me, she look lighter than me. I ain't really that color.
Men are dumb. They ain't gonna know.
Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody. I'm glad I ain't got to worry about it. Ain't nobody got time.
Somebody I'm listening now, like, doggone if you got me.
Probably going back through like, you know what? That is lighter than her.
That's terrible.
Her hair ain't even that long. Show ain't.
It was that long one point in time. Depending on what day you get. Oh man. So my last question, Chaz probably got some more, is why do you, in your opinion, why you think Willie Earl took the conversation to food? To my mama was abused. Why?
She don't know. Because we don't know.
Honestly, I think Willie needed somebody to vent to, or he probably wanted either to vent and just let it off when it didn't need to be let off, or he tried to guilt trip me. And those are the only things I can come up with. He either tried to guilt trip me, oh, my mama got beat, or even warn me, like, look, my mama got beat, my grandma got beat.
So I'm gonna beat you.
Don't make this food or something like that. But yeah,
they say everything in life is either a blessing or a lesson.
I don't know what his thought process was.
All I know is Willie need to go talk to the lady. The lady is AKA a counselor. Willie Earl. Yeah, because he wanted some yams.
Facts. I ain't talking about the kind on the stove either.
He was hoping that you was gonna be like, oh, I feel so sorry for him. He's coming from a broken place. Let me fix him.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody fixing y'all.
Uh-uh.
Ain't nobody
It
doing
is
it.
it is 2021.
Yep.
They don't work no more. They don't work no more. They
Batteries,
might
look,
work back in the day.
batteries cost too much to try to fix people. Sex toys come, you can just charge them up. You ain't even got to put batteries in them anymore. Ain't nobody got time to buy batteries to fix y'all.
I am done. I am done. That's the culture we continue to be in though. Like a lot of us, especially in our community, say that we ready for dating, we ready for marriage, we trying to situation ourselves up or whatever the situation ourselves up ain't a word. But you know what I'm saying? Like we trying to prepare ourselves. But the whole entire time you ain't even got yourself like how you gonna be good with somebody when you ain't good, period. Like you got to fix you.
Exactly.
Like it's too many people out there thinking
Right.
I'll find me a good woman or I'll find me a good man and I'll be good to go. And come on, go to therapy. Talk to the lady. Talk to the
Yeah.
lady.
ASAP.
Chad's over there having some technical difficulties.
I don't know what's going on with this light today. It's acting up.
Well, I had seen a post. I want to pull it up. I'm not single, so I don't know, and I can't comment on it. But I want to
I'm
hear
not
y'all thoughts.
single.
You know what? But I want to hear y'all thoughts. I want to hear y'all thoughts. So this post says, if you're single, you're either talking to someone, 2, stuck on the ex, 3, chasing someone who's taken, 4, ignore someone who wants you.
I'm probably number 4. Because I ain't stuck on no ex. I ain't talking to nobody right now. And I definitely ain't chasing nobody that's taken. Because I ain't even chasing nobody. So number 4.
What about you, Ari?
Same.
What's your thoughts? Same. Gotcha.
Now I have chased somebody that was taken at one point in time. I done that, but that was a different life, a different me, and I grew up.
I don't
I'm
think
a
I ever
different
done
person.
it. Not on purpose. I don't think I ever done it on purpose.
No, mine was on purpose. It wasn't on purpose at first because I didn't know that he was taken. But then after I found out that he was taken, I was already in love. He done put the curve in me that done hit spots that had never been hit and done caused things of my body to shake that ain't never shook before. So I love you. We gonna be together.
Not I
And
love you. Oh, good. Not I love you. Oh my Lord.
so I was chasing, but then I grew up and I was like, you know what, this ain't for me. Let's just go ahead and end this right now. Because if we don't end it, somebody's gonna end up dying. And I don't want it to be me, and it ain't gonna be me. So we just need to just stop this.
I am done. I am so done. I don't even know where I'm at. Bird said Wheeler. Bird said Wheeler Earl needs someone to lay his head and feel his stomach. They
It
got
ain't gonna
homeless
be at
shelters for that.
Ayriel's house.
They
It
got
ain't gonna be
homeless
at Ayriel's
shelters for
house,
that.
Willie Earl.
Homeless shelters.
You better go find you a grandma.
You better go find the Motel 6. Stop.
Right. He said I was a heat.
She probably was.
No, that curve.
You know what? And Jesse said she died. I'm glad we being entertaining. I'm glad. Eric, you see what I had to put up with? You see what I had to put up with? I be trying to keep it together. It be so hard. Jesus. It be so hard. Oh man. So we have heard Chad say a few times like how dating is in today's time for you as a 20-year-old. Like, what's your go-to place to meet people? Like, are you one of the people who's on Tinder and I don't know, Christian Mingle? I don't really know what's out there.
There ain't nobody on Christian Mingle.
How do you
Ain't
meet
nobody
people?
on
How was
Christian Mingle.
dating? That's all I know.
So, honestly, I don't even know how to describe it. Like I said, my Snapchat has brought a lot of my relationships. One of them, Facebook. So I really would say like social media, mostly Snapchat. But I mean, like if it was to like if we were ever to meet, I don't know. It really depends. Like I some like, oh, like I'm gonna be at the club, or you kind of just like talking to them like, oh, this is just a flirt, don't think it's going nowhere. Then I post, it's a Friday night, I posted I'm at the club or the bar. Next thing you know, hey, I'm like, oh my God, why would I post where I was? So, you know, and then, you know, then you ain't got no choice but to, oh, hey there, how are you? Like, I'm Ari, nice to meet you. Oh, I try to scare them away with a personality that's not yours. Like, hey, how are you? Like, something like that. But, I mean, they've been cool. But yeah, the bar or, I don't know, depends.
Yeah, it seems like we definitely in this world of just like people don't just meet people at the Harris Teeter no more. Like they just don't like, hey,
Girl, ain't nobody at Harris Teeter. Harris Teeter costs too much.
You know what? The Walmart, Aldi, wherever. People ain't just meet people in the streets no more, just random like, hey, you caught my attention. How you doing? Have a nice day. People ain't doing that no more.
I tried that recently and I got dick pics. So
well. So Jesse says, what if you was the one taken, but someone has literally been chasing you for years?
block them. If you do not want that person, you block them. And that way they have no access to you. And then you also need to tell your spouse that this person is trying to pursue you if it's somebody that you don't want. Now, if it's somebody that you do want, hit me in my DM and I'll tell you what to do. No.
I'm done. I am done. I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. I am done. Don't ignore that second piece of advice. Ignore that second part. Do the first part, okay? Lord Jesus, you gonna have people out here getting divorces in these streets. I can't. She said, "Dude's been chasing me since high school. Definitely don't want him." Like, hey, well,
girl, block them. Don't give them access to you. I block people all the time. There's a whole bunch of people on my block list. Block, blickety, blickety, block.
Blah, blah, blah. And Vince agreed. He said, don't give them any avenues for them to have access to you. I wonder why people don't block people.
I don't know, because I block the hell out of people.
I mean, not talking about you, Jesse, because I don't know your situation, but I've heard a lot of times, a lot of women saying, you know, so-and-so keep bothering me. I keep telling them, nah, it ain't going to be that. But they don't block them. Do you think that means really deep down inside they might want them?
They like the attention.
Well,
at the end of the day, that's what it is. The people that I haven't blocked that done got on my nerves is because I like their attention. I don't necessarily want them, but I like their attention. Some people, I don't want your attention at all whatsoever. So I'm going to go ahead and block you so you don't have access to me. If you keep giving people access to you, it's because you want that attention.
So you saying tell the significant other, how, in y'all opinion, how would you communicate that?
You want to go, Ayriel, or you want me to go first?
Because saying you gonna tell the man is a little bit easier than actually doing it. Because you know how men think. I'm just saying. Hey, how you do it?
I would be like, hey, look at here. George keeps messaging me. I'm not interested in George. Just want you to see this in case George says that me and him talked or whatever, like you can see nothing is happening. But it really shouldn't even get that far. Once you see that somebody is harassing you and you're not entertaining them, just go ahead and block them. And then you just let your spouse know, I blocked this person because they keep harassing me. And then hopefully that your spouse is confident enough that they be like, okay, keep it moving.
Right. The plot thickens a little bit. She says, I have blocked him, but my brother-in-law is friends with him, and sometimes he show up for family events.
Oh!
And the plot thickens.
Brother-in-law. So this could either mean your sister's husband or either your husband's
Brother.
sister. Oh, brother. Yeah.
What? I'm like, what?
Sorry. Y'all a little confused.
Y'all got
So
me over
Jesse,
here. If 2 plus 2 equals 4, then husband equals sister.
5 o'clock came early over here. Came early. I
Right.
husband knows everything about him and his sister's husband. Okay, so I would tell sister, tell your husband, don't be inviting such and such to any other cookouts or family functions that we have. He's no longer invited. I don't care how close friends y'all are. If somebody is putting your situation in harm or in a predicament that you don't want to be in, brother-in-law should have enough sense to say, yes, you're my best friend, but this is not a event that you need to come to. He should not come to
Right.
anything that you are at.
Right.
And if push
Burnett,
comes to tell your husband to whoop his ass.
you know what? Don't get husband locked up. Don't do that. Um, Vince made a good point. He says, does the brother-in-law even know the details? Like, have you even expressed the details to him? Because he can't. He might be putting the situation in danger. Don't even know what's going on. I mean,
That's
that's a good
true.
point. Because if family come first, I mean, y'all, we not saying y'all can't be friends. Y'all just need to be friends away from my household.
Right. And away from my family.
Right. And she said husband knows everything.
And his sister says, yeah, child, go ahead and tell little sis, don't be letting him come around. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't
Come
nobody
around
got
again,
time for
shoot
that.
him in his pinky toe.
I am done. Chaz, you got any more questions for Ari?
So, Ayriel, are you currently looking right now? Or are you just going with the flow?
I'm really just going with the flow. I if I'm being 100% honest, I honestly shouldn't even say it just because, but I had a relationship, my one and only relationship. Um, it wasn't a good experience. It wasn't a horrible experience, but it was really just I don't even know how to explain it honestly. It was just I think wrong person, but not even necessarily wrong person as much as wrong time. Timing was horribly off. I knew it.
Mhm.
I expressed it. And he didn't peer pressure me. I had my own choice. I like, but he did, say a couple times, let's just try it. Let's just try it. It won't hurt. After that, I was like, whatever. And I should have just listened to my gut. Like I said, it wasn't a big deal. I wasn't depressed. It didn't like set me off. Thank God. I was still okay. I still recovered perfectly fine. It was short lived, but it was definitely something I learned. Like really take your time, really get to know somebody before, because relationships are a serious thing. And that's another thing with people my age. He was only a couple years older than me, like 2 years older than me. So it worked. It was my first and only relationship, but I learned, you really got to get to know somebody, which we did. We really got to know each other like a lot. But you need to make sure that's what you want to do, because a relationship and knowing somebody as a friend or a close person or even as a crush are totally different things, two totally different expectations, responsibilities, just all of that. And so I just need to know that I have the mental state and the schedule, because I'm a very busy person. So I need to be able to have time for someone. And then, I expect time. And with my schedule, how am I going to expect much time from you when I can't even give you that? So, yeah, I'm kind of just going with the flow. I do I'm not saying no to any relationship, like as far as dating goes, but
Mhm.
I need to find that, and I haven't found it yet. And I think it'll be hard, and I'm not rushing it though. So
Well, I must say you sound super mature for a 20-year-old.
Right. Don't
When
even
I was your
sound
age, I
20.
was like, Okay.
I think when I was 20, me and my best friend, we called ourselves man eaters. And we was out there like just having a good old time.
Facts. Facts. Well, we're almost at time, but since you're 20 and we're a little older than you, we got a little bit more, time on our I was gonna say these sheets, but that ain't right. Um, Chaz, sorry. Chaz, what would be your advice for Ari as she's learning life and growing? And what advice would you give her?
Um, pretty much she said it. Like, just take your time and get to know people and make sure that what they're offering is something that you are able to accept. And if it's not anything that you're able to accept, do not lower your standards. I,
Mm,
I feel like that was one of my biggest downfalls growing up, is whenever I got to the age where I was ready for a relationship and ready to settle down, I lowered my standards and then I was not happy. I was miserable. And
mhm,
now I'm at a point where it took some time. I've grown, I've learned, I've became a new person. And now I'm just trying to work through, now I'm just trying to find somebody that is on my level and I'm not lowering my standards pretty much.
right.
And but I feel like I probably could have found that years ago had I not lowered it and just knew that this is what I want and this is what I deserve and this is what I expect from you. And if you're not gonna give it to me, then peace. So that was mine.
That's deep. Thank you for that. I need
That's
all the
real.
advice.
That's real. That's real. My only piece of advice is just truly and honestly be yourself no matter what. Like it's too many times where we're trying to find somebody or date them or whatever, and we don't mean it, but we kind of mold ourselves into what we think we need to be in that relationship or in that time. Or, if homeboy likes sports, all of a sudden I'm gonna go to a basketball game and enjoy it. Or, you know what I'm saying? Homeboy want a home cooked meal. Now I'm gonna sit here and try to strive to cook a meal 4 times a week. But if that's not truly who you are, don't. It's okay. Yes, a relationship is give and take, and you should do things for your partner, but don't do it so much that when y'all really get serious, you can't keep it up because
Right.
that's not who you are. So
Mm-hmm.
that would be my advice. Like, be yourself, be honest, and be truthful with yourself, no matter what. Because if you give in, you can't blame that person whenever you get to the point where y'all serious and they're upset because you're not doing what they need when you did it from the get go.
He be like, the Lakers won. You be like, we going to the lake? And he be like, no, babe, the Lakers won. And he be like, I thought you liked the Lakers. And you be like, no, I just like the lake. No.
Right. 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 And be okay with what you need in a relationship. A lot of women be like, we feel like we have to bend or we have to like be realistic in man's eye or people's eye. But you have to be realistic what's for you, not for what people are
Mm-hmm.
telling you what you need.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like people might tell you he throw you might be like he throw his clothes on the floor and I can't stand it. People like, oh, that's just what men do. But is that gonna be okay with you? Like, can you live with that for 22, 35,
Mm-hmm.
46 years? You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be honest, and that's something small, but you got to realize all those small things you're gonna have to deal with it for the rest of your life.
Right.
So just because he throwing it down in the bed and he might throw a piece of clothing on the floor and you be like, oh, that's all right because he threw it down last night. It's gonna be a point in your life where he ain't gonna better throw it down one night.
I don't know,
And then
because a hook can always hit it right.
uh-huh. Until he gets sick and can't hook it or something. I mean, I'm just saying, life happens. This is what my point is. Life happens. So you got to tell yourself whenever that hook can't hook, am I gonna be all right? All right.
Oh God. I'm looking at Vern's message. He talking about I got recipes if you need them. No, Vern. You can just cook and we invite her down here to eat.
That's a long ride for a meal.
Yes.
I mean, it's worth it now.
It's
She
worth
can throw
it.
down.
He can cook.
She can throw down.
And you can take some
Long
yams
ride.
back for
See,
Willie
I'll
Earl.
make that trip in a heartbeat.
He said that's just a spirit flight away. Okay. Oh man, but this has been so fun. Thank you so much for joining us. I know we super silly, but we do try to we be silly, but we be trying to throw a little life in there as well. So we appreciate you joining us. He said, "Come on down." So whenever you ready, come on down. We having Thanksgiving at my house this year, so that'll be fun. But thank you so much for joining us. Please, please don't leave your area, but we are gonna say thanks to everybody who's been watching. Please share this video with all your friends and family. Please go to our Facebook page and like it. Please go to our YouTube page and subscribe. We're also on Instagram and we on Twitter, but it need a little work. But please go to all of our platforms and follow, like, subscribe, etc., etc. If you want to be on our show, if you got something interesting to talk about, or if you want us to be on your show, you can also email us at occasionallyprocess@gmail.com. Also, if you want to be, I keep saying I need to stop saying this, but if you want to be a blessing to the ministry, you can hit us up at Cash Out that money sign occasionally pie. So again, thank you, thank you, thank you. Ayriel, you don't go yet, but I am gonna say bye-bye.
Bye.